Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anatolia and I'm STRESSDRESSED. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the do's and don'ts of thrifting. If you're not sure what thrifting is, it's basically stores that have donations. So you go in, you donate your items, and then they sell those items for very cheap. Sometimes shirts go from $1 to $5 and pants go from about $1 to $6. So that's kind of the price point. They have almost everything. They have shoes, dresses, skirts, everything, men and women and children, and houseware, and for dogs, basically anything. So that's what thrifting is. Now that you know what that is, I have a list of 5 do's and 5 don'ts if you choose to go thrifting. Number 1 on my do list. If you have a thrift store or a favorite thrift store and you can only go once a week, I suggest you go in the beginning of the week or on dollar days. When you go in the store, ask, when is dollar days? And when is the day you guys switch colors? Colors are just tags on the clothes and they are discounted according to color. So if you go on specific days when they put out new racks, you're most likely to get more items that are nicer and for cheaper. Next up, now that we've discussed colors, you need to go to the colors that they had just put out. I know I said you need to go to the most discounted colors, but price is not always the point here. Maybe you want something really nice, maybe you want new items or the most expensive items. So that's when you need to look up what color was there last, which means that's the color that's always coming out on the floor. It's the color that they're just putting out. There's more of a chance of you finding an item of that color that is not already taken. Does that make sense? Let me know if it makes sense. Another do is go in all the sections. There are hidden nooks, there are little areas that people hide stuff in there because they just want to come back for it when it's their color day. But I suggest you guys go in every single nook and cranny and find every single item that's hidden. Look in every section, even the children's section, even if you don't have any kids. I do that and I find women's clothing. I found a Lululemon pair of pants once in a children's section. So go in every single section, look at every single item, you will not regret it. Next up, do your research in the store. I talked about this in one of my previous videos, and I highly suggest this. Always do your research. Whether you're wanting to sell the item or you want it for yourself, always do your research because you might honestly find it for cheaper online. Look up the prices before you buy anything because it might not be worth it in the end. This sounds weird, but you can always negotiate the price. I know it's like a chain. Goodwill is a chain store, but with the more family business stores, you can negotiate. But Goodwill, it's most likely not gonna happen. But if there's a rip or a stain, you can talk to the person that's checking you out, not checking you out, but like checking out your items. You can tell them. So sometimes they can give it to you for that 40% as if it's the color of the day, or they can just take 10% off. Honestly, anything helps, so whatever. Now that brings me to a don't. So I personally do not buy anything with rips and stains because I usually never wear it or never sell it because I always procrastinate and say, oh, I'm just gonna do it later. I highly recommend that you guys do not buy anything that has rips or stains, no matter how expensive or how crazy or how nice it is. Of course, there's exceptions to the rules if it's like something that you're okay with having, like if there's a stain and you're okay with keeping, so whatever, that's fine. But if it's something that you know you most likely won't wear or you most likely won't sell, it's not worth your money, don't buy it. Another don't is look for the sale items. I know I said you should probably look for the sale items, but if you want an item that's super nice in the store, you should most likely look for the brand new items that just rolled out on the floor. Not brand new with the tag, but brand new on the floor. People that work there bring out the newest items on the floor every day with that specific color. So if you know the color is red, that's new, you should probably look at every single red item in the store so you know whether it's worth it or not. I know a lot of people go in to like get a quick look. That usually doesn't work because you need to look in every single section to find one good gem. So I spend a lot of time in one thrift store to find like 10 good items. That means it's like looking through 500 pieces of clothing. So you have to be patient, you have to be expecting to spend a lot of time if you want good items. A lot of people complain to me, why do you find such good items? Like, I always go and I never find items. Okay, how much time are you investing in looking? I look in every single section. I don't look for the sale items, I look for the items that they just rolled out so I can get those beautiful hidden gems. So don't always go to the same store. Diversify because you never know what other people's neighborhoods are like. So every Goodwill and every thrift store, the people that live around it donate to that store. So I suggest you go to many different stores, look up the most expensive neighborhoods in your area and just go to the Goodwill near there. And you honestly might be surprised. You might find really, really good items in the store you always go to, or you might find really good items in another store that's like an hour away. So diversify, go out there, look up new places, and you might really like it. I said this in the do's, but once again, don't buy just anything. You will not wear the item that has a stain or a rip or some kind of tear. I procrastinate so much cleaning up items, so it's just not worth it. Only buy the good stuff, only buy the clean, no stains, no rips, no tears items. Whether it's for you or to sell, trust me on this. Don't always buy the cheap stuff. It will never work. Don't buy something just because it's cheap. Thrift stores are always cheap. Everything in a thrift store is cheap. So if you really want to upgrade your closet and have the best items, whether it be for you or to sell, trust me, you should not only buy stuff because it's cheap. I have done that and I've lost so much money. Now that I'm buying very specific items and very specific brands, I have upgraded and upped my game, whether it be making more money or doing something that I actually really like. So don't buy stuff just because it's cheap. So that ends all 10 points about the do's and don'ts of thrifting. If you ever want to go thrifting and you live in my area, I'd be happy to take you. Just send me a message or whatever on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube. It's STRESSDRESSED. I really hope you guys like and subscribe and do all the good stuff. And comment if you have a specific idea or topic you'd like to talk about. I am always open to your ideas and to your love. I love you guys and have a wonderful week.